Well, challenges facing organ-awaiting patients in South Africa are quite immense. Non-government organization statistics suggest that there are about 4,300 young children and adults in South Africa urgently awaiting organ transplants. Yet only 0.2% of the population are registered organ donors. They say South Africa is in an organ donation crisis, with less than 600 people receiving organs each year and thousands of patients paying the ultimate price because not enough people are signed up as organ donors. Gillian Walker is the National Liaison Officer of the Organ Donor Foundation in South Africa, and she joins us live from our Cape Town studios now. Good evening, Gillian. Thank you for joining us.
Good evening.
Well, apart from statistics, how serious is the problem of organ shortage?
Sure, it is very serious. You mentioned the statistics a moment ago. What the statistics don't show is the number of people who don't actually qualify for the life-sustaining treatment while patients have to undergo while waiting to have transplants. So, for example, with kidney failure, patients in kidney failure have to undergo dialysis several times a week, and this is very, very expensive. And in the government sector, they don't have enough dialysis machines. So there are, unfortunately, a lot of people who don't make it onto the waiting list who are, in fact, just literally sent home to die, which is very, very sad.
Now, there was a major setback on the passing on of Jenna Lowe at an age just shy of 21, and sadly for the work of raising awareness of organ donors.
Yes, it's very, very sad that Jenna has died. She had a phenomenal impact on organ donor awareness in South Africa. We don't believe it's a setback for organ donor awareness, though, because she really does leave a legacy. Just to give you an idea, in the last 2 days, we've had about 2,500 registrations, which is about what we normally have in 1 month. So whilst it's very, very sad that Jenna has died, we believe that her legacy will continue.
Yes, definitely. It must have intensified the awareness of organ donating. Now, what kind of relationships do you have with foreign countries in organ exchange and trade?
Well, as far as trade goes, this is illegal, so we don't have a relationship there, and we in fact wouldn't have a relationship anyway, because transplanting of organs is really left to a minimum because of the ischemic time, which is the length of time that an organ is viable outside of a human body. A heart, for example, the ischemic time is 4 to 8 hours. So, so really, transportation of organs is left to a minimum.
Now, Gillian, in simple terms, can you give us a guide to organ donation? What is the process?
Well, the process for an organ donor, to become an organ donor, it's very, very simple. You need to just go onto our website, contact the Organ Donor Foundation on the toll-free line or on Facebook to sign up, and very importantly to discuss it with your family. Thereafter, if upon death you are identified as a potential organ donor, the medical professionals at the hospital, the transplant coordinator, would approach your family to ask for consent.
Okay, now can you explain to us what life donation is?
Okay, live donation is where an organ is transplanted from one living person to another living person. This is done with kidneys, as well as sometimes it's done with a lobe of the liver. It's very effective with kidneys, as you can live with just one kidney, and it's done with generally with family members. If you're in renal failure and a family member of yours is a match, then they'll usually go for live donation.
Now, how prevalent is the cultural argument of people refusing to be dismembered on both cultural and religious grounds?
Well, we believe that this is that the cultural issues around organ donation are largely a myth, and that it's more about a lack of awareness and lack of education on the topic of organ donation, because we have done work with religious leaders and traditional healers in the past, and the consensus across the board tends to be that organ donation is in line with preservation of life, and therefore it can't be wrong. But we do encourage people to discuss it with their religious leaders if they are unsure.
Okay. Now, an HIV-positive program for some categories of patients was started at Groote Hospital. Often, people in this category feel excluded. Are you in any way able to talk to them about donating organs?
Well, we do encourage everybody to sign up to be organ donors, because comprehensive tests are done at the time of death to see if an organ donor is compatible. So if someone knows that they are HIV positive, or even if they are unsure of their status, we still encourage them, because this program is happening at Groote Hospital, and it is possible that you can still be an organ donor.
Okay, now finally, can you tell people where to reach you, in terms of your contact details, your website, the telephone number for the Organ Donor Foundation, etc.? Can you do that quickly? Mm-hmm.
Yes, you can find us online at www.odf.org.za, or our toll-free line during office hours is 0800 226611, or if you go onto Facebook and look for the Organ Donor Foundation of SA, you'll find us, and you can sign up to be an organ donor from there.
Thank you very much indeed, Gillian Walker. We wish you everything of the best, the National Liaison Officer of the Organ Donor Foundation in South Africa. She was talking to us about the ever-increasing number of organ-awaiting patients and the general apathy among ordinary citizens about organ donation.